Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some really interesting things to go over. The rumors that we covered yesterday about the Nintendo Switch 2 Generation 10, Generation 5 have now had a lot more fuel added to the fire, a lot more reliable sources coming out about this information. We've got all that to break down and then more things as well to go over regarding new events, etc. There's a lot of things to break down today. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, just a couple of quick things to go over before the big Nintendo Switch 2 stuff and everything. We have a new season that's been teased for Pokemon Go. We have Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the next Pokemon Go season has been teased. This season is called Dual Destiny and will run December the 3rd through to the 4th of March. This is very much Generation 5 themed as well. I think they've also updated the sort of icon for Pokemon Go as well in the App Store. It's got like a black and white background now. So it's very much Generation 5 themed. I don't think that means we're going to get Generation 5 remakes anytime soon, but you never know what else we're going to get next year with Legends EA. We're holding out hope, but yeah, the next Pokemon Go season very much themed around Generation 5. So that's been teased. I'm sure we'll get like a big trailer about it soon at some point. Moving on as well, just a quick mystery gift reminder as well. We went over the Quaxley yesterday. We also have this mystery gift ending on the 30th of November as well, so a few days away. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi reminder, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet distribution for the Sporty Cap, so the terrestrial cap, is due to end on Saturday, November the 30th at 2:59 UTC. So the code for this is Wear Terrestrial Cap. So it's WEARTERASTALCAP. So that's just a quick mystery gift to obviously do if you haven't done it already. If you bought the game after this mystery gift was announced, make sure to redeem this because it's going to be gone forever on Saturday. It's just a cool bit of, I guess, customization items you can have for your character. So that's that. And then also moving on, we have the second set of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Nintendo Switch Online icons that are now available for the Nintendo Switch Online subscribers. So these ones are really cool because obviously you can get your Shiny Rayquaza badge. You can also get like Lacey and Crisp and stuff like that, Tinkaton. So some really cool badges here as well. So that's all of that. We also have a small Pokémon Works update as well. Obviously, Pokémon Works are now going to be kind of leading the, I guess seeing the whole, production of Pokemon Sleep, and that was confirmed earlier. Pokemon Works also confirmed earlier on in this month as well. Basically, we know this is a combination of the Pokemon Company and Ilka. Just a quick thing here, the Pokemon Works, let me translate it. The Pokemon Works is now featured in the opening credits of Pokemon Sleep with the new version. So yeah, we don't know everything that Pokemon Works is going to be working on. Obviously, Pokemon Sleep is one of them, so they're clearly going to be working on mobile games, but we're also expecting them to be working on other things as well. Again, there's that sort of online Pokemon game that, I can't remember its code name off the top of my head, but it was kind of cancelled, but now we're also not sure if it's still cancelled. They could be working on that, and that could easily get announced in the next Pokemon Presents in February. Like 2025, like we're gonna get Legends EA. We're kind of expecting to get that if it doesn't get delayed around the summertime. So there is always that chance that with the Switch 2 coming out next year, that we want like the first main game for the Switch 2 to also kind of come out next year, and it could be this game that Pokemon Works are working on, just like how we got I can't remember its name on top of my head, the Pokemon fighting game. That was like the first not main series game, but the first Pokemon game for the Switch, and it might be something similar to that. But either way, just wanted to quickly go over that. Moving on, we have big updates regarding what we covered yesterday. So yesterday I thought it was just, it was insider information. It was a rumor that had popped up on family boards. But now we have a lot more information and a lot more sources regarding this that are kind of all saying the same thing, which is obviously big news, because what we covered yesterday was that the Switch 2 was going to get announced in January and it was going to come out in March. And as well as that, they gave information about Generation 10, saying that it was going to get DLCs, which I guess at this point is kind of obvious, but you never know. And they also said that Pokemon Home was going to be changing for the Switch 2. Bianca was going to be the new host of Pokemon Home, and we were also going to get Generation 5 games as well. Now, we don't know if those were going to be remakes or like Black and White 3 or something like that, but that's kind of the main consensus of what we covered yesterday. We now have more information about this, which adds more fuel to the fire and makes it sound a lot more legitimate. So it's still a rumor, but it's looking like a very, very credible rumor. So we have Centro Leaks here tweeting out saying a Chinese insider, which is obviously the post we claimed yesterday, or covered yesterday, claims that Nintendo Switch 2 is getting revealed in January for a March launch. But this is where it gets interesting. We didn't know this information yesterday, so this was the post. This is where we got it from, or this is where the Family Boards kind of post came from. We covered it on Reddit, but this is where they got it from. What we didn't know is that this person, because we thought it was just like a random person, we didn't know, but now it's come out that this person leaked in Weibo correctly pretty much everything regarding the last Nintendo Direct, but was largely ignored in the West. And this is kind of the stuff that they leaked about the Nintendo Direct. So they leaked basically everything about that Nintendo Direct, got it all completely right, and it was largely ignored in the West. I don't really know why, but this person clearly has a good track record because they got everything right about the Nintendo Direct. And you have to have some sort of credible information to be able to get everything right, which is what they did. So this obviously sparks interest beyond what we were kind of anticipating from this rumor. We also have Jean here saying, since people have been sending this post to me to ask my thoughts, I'll just answer it here. So this post does suggest a January announcement with a March release, along with a high number of stock for release in the first month. 6.5 million to be specific. So in the first month, so in that March month for the Nintendo Switch 2, 6.5 million units are going to get shipped out. Again, I don't know if that's just for Japan or just for America or just for whatnot, but they say 6.5 million to be specific. So we have that, but then we have other sources as well kind of corroborating this information. So this is the first post I wanted to go over. This is on Metro, and then we have another post here on the Standard. They kind of sort of talk about the same thing, but different things as well. So I wanted to kind of cover both of them. But either way, it says latest Nintendo Switch 2 rumors discuss announcement date and release month. So a new round of Nintendo Switch 2 rumors has begun, but there's still a sliver of hope the new console could be announced this year. So as you may have noticed, the rumors about the Switch 2 being announced in October and November did not prove correct. Obviously, we had a lot of leakers claiming that they were all wrong, but now we have this from a different leaker that got all the Nintendo stuff right in the past. So this is a different source saying this. So whether that means all the many different sources were wrong or Nintendo changed their plans is not clear. But the fact remains they promised to unveil their new console before April next year. I generally think Nintendo just moved it around because we had like 5 or 6 credible sources all say the same thing and then it changed. So I think they personally changed it. That's what I think, but either way, they never said anything about when Nintendo would release it, but the assumption has always been either late spring / early summer or autumn 2025, although the latter risks happening at the same time as GTA 6, which even though it's not related, will split mainstream attention in a way Nintendo probably doesn't want. So that means a reveal in January or February is now the most logical assumption, with a release sometime between March and May. That also means anyone can say exactly that and pretend they have an inside source telling them as much, which is what seems to be happening on social media at the moment. So a particularly bizarre post on the Family Boards forum is written in code and is primarily concerned with rumors that remakes of Pokemon Black and White, so it doesn't say remakes, so this article is wrong in that sense, it just says the character Bianca is related to the games after Generation 10. So they don't say it's a remake, they just say it's related. So it could be a remake, could be Black and White 3, could be a Legends Unova game, we don't know. But Bianca is related to the game. Not that it is going to be a remake. So the second generation to be released on the DS will be an early priority on the Switch 2, which isn't much of a stretch. Technically, neither is the other supposed revelation, which states that Ounce will announce in January 2025, which of course is the Switch 2. We covered that yesterday and release in March. Ounce being that's postcode name for the new console, yada yada yada. We know all that. That's what we covered yesterday. There's no reason to think the person behind this information isn't just making it all up. but their suggestion is one of the most likely outcomes and seems to be supported by another rumor from over the weekend. Again, we now know that this isn't just a person with random information. This here confirms that they actually posted loads of Nintendo Direct leaks before the Nintendo Direct. They are a credible source because they got all of that right. They are no longer just some random person on the internet. But anyway, we also had this post from Steven saying, just got an email about an upcoming game that includes this line. Rolling out Q1 2025 on PC, Steam, Xbox One and Xbox Series X/S, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switches. And it says rolling out Q1. So Q1, that's the first part of 2025. How can it roll on Nintendo Switches? Unless it would say unless it means Nintendo Switch OLED, stuff like that. But I don't think that's the case. I think when they say Nintendo Switches, I think they mean the 1 and the 2. So that Switch 2 is right around the corner, man. Very curious when Nintendo will tell us about it. So streamer Steven claims that he received a business email about an unnamed new game that included the following text, which was obviously what we just said. The implication is that whatever the game is will be released on the Switch successor and that it will be out by at least March. It's actually common for third-party publishers to tease a new console before it's officially announced, as happens with Ubisoft's Watch Dogs and its subsequent release on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and the Wii U. In fact, another publisher has already hinted at a release on the Switch 2 with a trailer for Playtonic's Yooka Replayly, making it plain that they intend to support the new format. Does that mean that they or anyone knows exactly when it will be released or announced? At this point, major publishers almost certainly do, so the question is how far does that knowledge go? While January is a good guess when the unveil might happen, there's still a very small chance that Nintendo could announce the Switch 2 this year, although if they did it would likely only be a tease. So there's some speculation that could happen at the Game Awards on the 13th of December, but while Nintendo has occasionally used the event to showcase their games, they've never made an announcement that important before. I don't think they'll announce it at the Game Awards. I think they're just going to do their own kind of solo event. I don't really see the point of announcing it at the Game Awards. I think they just want it all to be about them, and the Game Awards is about all these different games. So that's the first kind of thing that I wanted to go over. Again, this sort of article on the Standard still sort of covers the same thing, but then they also go in a little bit more detail about something else as well. So obviously that's the Family Boards thing out, again, Pokemon Black and White, yada yada yada. The individual also states that the upcoming console will support a new version of Pokemon Home, which lets you store and manage a collection of Pokemon across various games. This is also corroborated by Riddler-Coup as well. We're gonna, Riddler-Cou's just posted a lot of stuff as well about sort of Pokemon Home, so this also kind of ties in with that. We're gonna cover the Riddler-Coup stuff tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, we've got Riddler-Coup talking about this, we've got this leaker talking about this, and then we also have emails being sent out about the Nintendo Switch 2. It's all kind of going crazy right now. And then also it says, meanwhile, the Weibo post delves into the shipment details for the new Switch. Based on Google translation of the Chinese text, Nintendo plans to manufacture and distribute 650,000 Switch 2 units in the first month to various regions. Obviously, that's the 650,000. Jan said 6.5 million. Compared with 2.74 million from the original Switch. So I think that's wrong. I think they're supposed to say 6.5 million because that is a lot less than what the Switch had. That seems like a shockingly low figure considering the hype around the new device. Again, I think they've got this wrong. And then also, Switch 2's release appears imminent as Nintendo has increased production of key components, including the NVIDIA T239 chip expected to power the new device. The Standard has approached Nintendo for comment. The last official tidbit we heard about the Switch 2 was earlier this month, when obviously they said they was going to have the Switch Online, stuff like that. Several upcoming games are expected to be cross-compatible with both systems, including Legend ZA, an additional Pokemon game codenamed Gaia, which is going to be Generation 10. Again, highly doubt that's going to be cross-compatible because Generation 10 running on the Switch will be absolutely just shockingly bad. Like, Generation 9 did not run well on the Switch. There's no way Generation 10 is going to run on the Switch at all. So yeah, we've got a lot of things kind of corroborating this information. So they've obviously increased production on the chip that's going to be used for the device. We have emails about the kind of like new games coming to Nintendo Switch Switches in January or like March or the first quarter of 2025. We obviously have the Ounce post. We have Riddler-Coup kind of corroborating it as well. There's a lot of information that this is actually true. And like I say, when I covered it yesterday, it was very much just a small rumor. Now it's blown up, and it is something that very likely is going to be true. I'm still on the fence about the fact that they would announce it in January and then only have like a month before it comes out in between. which for me isn't enough time to kind of drop information about games unless they just go crazy at the start of next year. They announce it in January, big mad direct in February where they just showcase all the big boy games, your 3D Marios, Mario Kart, everything like that, and then it drops in March. That would be wild, because we're also getting a Presents in February. Like, we have had, honestly, crumbs of information from, well, literally nothing from Pokemon, but Nintendo as well hasn't been crazy this year. A lot of potential pushbacks and stuff and delays. But now it looks like we are very close to the finish line. And again, this person has clearly got some sort of information. And they're saying this. It's corroborating with what Riddler is saying and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I'm excited. I think January is going to be a big month. I think we just have to get through 2024. And then 2025 is going to be mad. It's going to be such a good month. Such a good year, should I say. And I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, wanted to quickly go over that. Again, we'll cover the Riddler stuff tomorrow because there's a lot more stuff to kind of cover. I just didn't want to do it all in one video because it would be like 30 minutes long. But yeah, we'll cover that tomorrow, so look out for that. But all the Switch 2 stuff looking very likely, looking very credible. Hopefully we do get this soon. But if you did enjoy the video, please drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Leave a comment about anything we covered in today's video. Your thoughts on this credible rumor now. Do you think it actually is going to get announced in January? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.